Older couples that decided to not have children, how do you feel about your decision, now that years have passed? For my spouse, I can only say that they have physical and psychological issues that they've mentioned that they'd rather not pass on to a child. For myself, I've always said that, while I'm occasionally afraid that someday I might regret not having children, *THATS not the same as wanting children, and that's an important difference to me. I have my own reasons to believe I'd probably not be a good parent. Yeah, we both get concerned sometimes whether *ANY or any asterisk will be asked to care about the sole survivor once the other's gone or incapacitated. But this thought is the result of our decisions, not a basis for changing our minds about having kids, which we will not. Having kids or not is no guarantee that you'll end up cared for or not anyway, though it does probably move the needle on your odds. Edited to clarify that last paragraph somewhat. I'm not a couple, just a person. I've been in lots of relationships and was married twice. I would not have made a good parent. Regret sometimes I wasn't born into a different life, but given the cards I was dealt, I think I made the right choice in that department and have no regrets. I wanted them, but never met the right person. I'm really glad I didn't have any of my previous partners. They would either have made terrible mothers or we just did not make for a healthy couple. I have the perfect partner now, and she did fall pregnant, but we lost the baby to Dandy Walker syndrome. Getting a bit too old to try again now. I'm very upset that I will not have children, but I don't regret not having children with anyone but my current partner. We've been married 20 years. We are both 50. Neither of us wanted to bring children into our family. I spent a wonderful afternoon with my 16-year-old niece yesterday. We talked about her boyfriend, picked blackberries and discovered a woodland clam fingernail mussel living in a mud puddle vernal pool in the woods, which we named Fred. It was magical. I just adore her. Not having kids is just as normal as wanting kids. I've always felt zero regrets. I go back and forth. My so has some significant mental health issues and I know that I would be alone doing much of the emotional labor of raising a child, and I know I'm not really capable of doing it alone. Sometimes I worry very much about what I will do when I'm old. I'm an introvert and don't have many friends, and I'm not overly likable, so I assume I will be alone. I just hope that there are some kind robots to take care of me, and that I'll die before the robots turn on us. No regrets. Not everyone wants them, and if you're not sure, it's best to hold off. Having ambivalent, or worse, parents does a real number on a kid's self-esteem. I have a professor at my university who has been married to his wife for 50 years, and they have no children. He calls us his children and always talks about how he and his wife are inseparable. He's a really eccentric and energetic guy, even in his 70s. He gives out candy to the entire class before every lecture he gives. He seems like he truly loves life and has no regrets about not having any children. I'm 60 now, been married for 29 years. God did not provide me with the proper temperament to raise children. Have never regretted our decision to be child-free. We're good. I go through phases where I regret not having a kid. I still had plenty of time. My wife and I are 36, but we made the decision to be childless a decade ago, maybe more. I understand the appeal of having children and feel it on some primal level, but logically the pros versus cons of having a kid. There are just far too many cons. I'm a 49-year-old female and have never regretted my decision to not have kids. I think I've always been missing the mommy gene. I like not having the responsibilities and obligations and expenses that go along with having kids. My wife and I have been married for 12 years. I'm 36 and she is 40, so yeah, likely not in the cards. It is a reality that, while tough, I'm slowly learning to accept. I realize that as a guy I always look at having kids with rose-colored glasses, ball games, working on my classic car with them, dad jokes, the fun stuff. That's easy for me as it's not my body and sacrifice. My wife is not on board and it's her body and I love and respect her too much to force her hand. If either one of us are not 100% okay with a major decision, we don't do it. End of discussion. I look forward to spoiling my nieces and nephews and spending more time with my wife and continuing to make our world about us forever. Well, I'm a dude in a relationship with a dude. 26 years. We could have had children but didn't. Have plenty of nieces and nephews to spoil. Also, we've been able to save and we are retiring this week. I'm 54. Edit. Given questions, here's the plan. Ed are selling our main house and moving to our cottage at the coast and buying a big new Airstream to travel as the mood takes us. Thank you for all of the good wishes. I fear the answer to this. I'm ambivalent about kids, but I'll never forget holding the hand of a man on his last day in hospice as he said, "Oh God, I wish I'd had a child." He was married to one woman for close to 50 years, taught for nearly 40. His room was filled with cards and photos from former students, friends, and family. It's impossible to say if he was lucid, but the regret in his voice was heartbreaking. I say now I'd be happy with children or none, biological, adopted, or step, but until the end I won't ever know. We ended up adopting our nephew because his mother is irresponsible to a disturbing extreme. He's 20 now, and we may end up adopting his sister soon as well. This is not how it was supposed to be, but I guess it means that there's nothing to regret. Every kid I don't have is like $186,000 I don't need to make. BF is in his late 50s, and I'm 45. No regrets. I got to live all over the USA and made some quick and dirty decisions that paid off, which I wouldn't have been able to if I had a kid or two in tow. I feel a lot more nimble than any of my friends who have kids do. I also enjoy the downtime a lot. I can't fathom having my day packed with S***T to do like my friends with kids have. I don't even have a calendar and I often go days without knowing what day it is. Lol, I'm going to probably retire with my BF in the next decade unless something lucrative turns up. Would never have been able to do that with kids either. My husband and I have been together for 27 years and we originally said we didn't want kids. Then we thought we should have some and tried for a decade with no luck. So we had a serious talk and decided we didn't really want them after all and stopped trying. Now that the pressure is off and we both feel nothing but relief, we are enjoying life so much. It's wonderful to just be selfish without having to make excuses or feel resentful and be able to travel on our own schedule and make decisions that just impact us. If we could have had kids naturally, no harm, no foul, and we would have loved and accepted them, but it didn't happen, so no worries. And we also don't have to worry about ***ing up another human accidentally. Life is good, and we have the finances and resources to take care of ourselves. The only negative is that we are both the end of the line for our genetic ancestors. But that doesn't seem like a good enough reason to try the crazy fertility treatments beyond what we already did. Mid 40s, married for 22 years, no regrets. We're both extremely happy. We have a great marriage, fulfilling jobs, money, and time for all the fun things we want to do and as much travel as we want. Currently on week 6 of a 7-week road trip. I have never felt a lack in my life for not having children and have always felt that having children would be detrimental to my happiness. I'm sure it's great for those that actually want kids, but I've never been one of those people. I also have around 16 nieces and nephews, so we get to sort of experience that whole having a kid thing for a week or two at a time, and then send them home, which works out perfectly. Our 2 cats and 1 dog are as close to having kids that we will ever have, and trust me, that's about as much responsibility for someone else's life as we should be given. I love our pets, but having a dog has very firmly shown me that it's a good thing we never had kids. 65. Not part of a couple now. When we both knew we didn't want them. I know it was the right decision. He knew he was not cut out to be a parent. I'm approaching 60. Husband is approaching 70. And we get that question a lot. We know we made the right choice. I'm a teacher, so I've spent my life working with wonderful kids, but simply never wanted to go home to more kids after work. We don't know who will take care of us when we're decrepit, but adult children are no guarantee of having care in old age. However, I think we both miss having grandchildren. To take places, Christmas is quiet and family barbecues are non-existent. That part is a bit sad. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.